Hello, demigods, gods, and monsters alike. This is the Olympus Report. Ships. A boat, or in this case, two characters you want to end up in a relationship. And in the case of Percabeth, we hit a home run. Now, I usually try and limit these lists to my top 5, but there were just too many great moments to talk about. So here are my top 10 Percabeth moments. Number 10, I'll fight on your side. Before Percy and Annabeth were together, they were the best of friends. This relationship can be seen developing in the first book, The Lightning Thief. In the back of the animal transport truck, Percy and Annabeth finally talk on a deeper level and really open up to each other. For the first time, they can actually call each other a friend. And we can see just how much Annabeth really cares about Percy when they're talking about a potential war between the gods. They're talking about which side each god will fight on, and Annabeth says that no matter what side her mother, Athena, fights on, I'll fight on your side, showing just how close the two have become. I mean, what a powerful moment to kick off this list. Number 9, a late night chat. In the book The Mark of Athena, Percy and Annabeth are finally reunited, but haven't really had a chance to talk just themselves. This all changes when Annabeth wakes Percy up in the middle of the night, and the two of them sneak down to the stables on the Argo 2. The two watch the landscape passing by through the clear bottom of the boat, talk a little bit, and maybe share a kiss or two. The pair ends up falling asleep together, effectively causing panic in the morning when they can't be found. But once all the panic dies down, you can bet there was some teasing. And a grounding from Coach Hedge. Number 8, Percy gives up Godhood. In the final book in the main Percy Jackson series, The Last Olympian, Percy has finally defeated Kronos, and as a thanks, Zeus offers to make him into a god. Percy thinks about all this would mean, immortal life, staying young and fit forever, but he also realizes that he stands to lose a lot too, mainly Annabeth. He just can't seem to get her off his mind and all that they've been through on their quests together, and ultimately he decides to give up godhood in exchange for staying immortal with Annabeth. Number 7, Percy takes on some curses. While Percy and Annabeth fight their way through Tartarus, they're attacked by some Arai, daughters of the night. An Arai bestows a curse upon the destroyer, a curse that was placed on that person by someone in the mortal world. For example, when Annabeth destroys an Arai, she becomes blind, a curse placed on her by Polyphemus after tricking him while being invisible in the Sea of Monsters. Percy can't stand to see Annabeth suffer, so he decides to take on all the curses himself, slashing through at least 100 and enduring that pain, almost killing himself. But thankfully, Bob the Titan saves the day. But in this moment, we can see just how much Percy will go through to protect. On the other hand, Annabeth has protected Percy just as much. In The Last Olympian, Percy has taken on the curse of Achilles, making him invulnerable except for one weak point. If this weak point is struck, it's instant death. Percy's weak point is in the small of his back, and in a battle with Kronos' army, it's almost struck. Annabeth, not even knowing where it is, just senses that Percy's in danger and moves in front of Percy to take the blow, and nearly dies, but thankfully she survives in the end. But she really wasn't thinking about herself when she decided to protect Percy. Number 5, Reunited. In the first 2 books of the Heroes of Olympus novels, The Lost Hero and The Son of Neptune, Percy and Annabeth have been separated. No thanks to Hera and her schemes. But finally, after 2 novels, in the 3rd book, The Mark of Athena, Percy and Annabeth are reunited, and it feels so good.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
Annabeth finally makes her way to Camp Jupiter, where Percy was placed by Hera, and when the two see each other, they instantly share a well-deserved kiss. And then Annabeth judo flips Percy on his back, demanding that he never leave her again, even though it technically wasn't his fault. This moment describes their relationship perfectly. I mean, nothing says true love like a well-timed flip. Number 4, the Volcano Kiss. Annabeth and Percy definitely like each other at this point, but haven't admitted it to themselves. You know, all that teen angst. That's why it's so rewarding when after 4 books, we finally get their first kiss. Annabeth and Percy are battling Telekine in Mount St. Helens, one of Hephaestus's workshops, when they're surrounded, and the two have to separate. But before they do, Annabeth gives Percy a kiss for good luck. Number 3, finally getting together. How could we have a top 10 Percabeth moment list without Percabeth actually being a thing? In The Last Olympian, Percy and Annabeth, after the battle with Kronos, finally get together, and in perfect Percabeth fashion. Percy tries his best to ask Annabeth out, but she's not making it easy on him. And when he confronts her on this, she says, "I'm never gonna make things easy on you, seaweed brain." The best couples keep each other on their toes. We also then proceed to get the underwater cannoli kiss. What a perfect way to end a series, but thankfully we got more Percabeth moments in the Heroes of Olympus novels. Number 2, falling into Tartarus. Percy and Annabeth literally went to hell and back for each other. At the end of the book, The Mark of Athena, Annabeth is being pulled into Tartarus, and the only thing stopping her from taking the plunge is Percy holding on for dear life. Despite Annabeth pleading with Percy to let her go, he refuses, after having sworn that they would never be separated again. So what does he do? He takes the plunge with her. There's no way Percy and Annabeth would have made it out of Tartarus alive if they didn't have each other, but thankfully they did, and they made it back to the mortal world safely. Number 1, I love you. The first time Annabeth says I love you to Percy is a little unconditional, but perfect for them. Annabeth, Piper, and Hazel are surrounded by Octavian and the Roman army with little hope of escape. Octavian orders them to drop their weapons, and Annabeth, being the brilliant character that she is, throws her dagger into the ocean, where she knows Percy currently is. And that little shrug that she gives Octavian, like, oops, I didn't mean to do that, just brilliant. Like Annabeth could ever realistically play off the dumb blonde trope. The next thing Octavian knows, he and his army are in the ocean, trapped in a whirlpool. And there Percy is, standing with the dagger. And he goes, "You drop this." Annabeth, just so overcome with emotion and gratitude, blurts out, "I love you." This moment demonstrates not only how much they trust each other, but how well they know each other too. Annabeth knew Percy would understand what the dagger in the ocean meant, and he came through in the end. Not only is this my top Percabeth moment, but it's actually my favorite moment in the entire series. It's just so them. Well, those are my top 10 Percabeth moments. Let me know what your favorite moment is down in the comments section below, and if I left it out. And remember, until next time, demigods, stay safe.